I had a chance to study and practice multifamily brokerage at a place called Marcus and Millichap, where I learned how to underwrite properties and how to construct real estate transactions from one of the best companies in the country. But it wasn't always great. Things fell apart in the '08 crash, and I went from being like a wannabe real estate broker entrepreneur to like literally making like nothing.
So if you can, for our audience, Brett, what's your background and what led you into what you're doing today?
Absolutely. I fell in love with solving problems for people, mostly in real estate at a young age. And at that point, it was my dad and my brother and I trying to solve problems by building houses in the Bay Area is when it first began. And I think the entrepreneur spirit kicked in when I saw how much wealth that can be accumulated through owning your own business and building real estate and kind of being your own boss. That's what kind of my dad and mom were growing up. But fast forward, I had a chance to study and practice multifamily brokerage at a place called Marcus and Millichap, where I learned how to underwrite properties and how to construct real estate transactions from one of the best companies in the country. But it wasn't always great. Things fell apart in the '08 crash, and I went from being like a wannabe real estate broker entrepreneur to like literally making like nothing, like close to nothing in 1 year. How bad it got, and living with my brother and my wife and I in his small condo with a baby, a first baby, and working at Cheesecake Factory. And so I always say to every entrepreneur out there, every person who's in a startup or has a dream and a passion for something, that sometimes it starts from the very, very bottom of financial challenges and stress. But that also clarified how much I loved, being able to solve problems with real estate owners, but also led me to finding out about a strategy that has changed my life and my career forever, called the Deferred Sales Trust, which ultimately helps people preserve their wealth and unlock freedom and make an impact with their wealth when exiting highly appreciated businesses or other assets. And so that's a little bit of the backstory. Also played basketball growing up, played in college, and I'm married with 5 kids. My wife and I, we live out here in Florida now, and we moved from California about a year ago. And that's how we got connected when I got to Florida.
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you that. I didn't know that story about your family. I tell people that often. It's like most of the startups, and I have a book in the works. I've got a couple chapters, but every great entrepreneur that I've talked to, where they're humming along and they've got good momentum, when you really get to sit down with them and kind of unwrap the package, you realize that there was a part where it was just dire and they're at their lowest. But God speak to us in the valleys, right? And we're not really listening at the peaks. So it's cool that you've had that journey.